I'm all for that. I'm, you know.
If they can prevent the egg from being fertilized, I'm fine with that. But ending the life growing, I have a problem. I'm not, you know, it doesn't pay to debate. I'm not going to change your mind. You're not going to change your mind. Basically, I see it as it has its own unique human DNA, and it did nothing wrong. You don't have the right to take that person's life without due process, which is, you know, part of our Constitution. Okay. But that's my view. Okay. The courts have ruled that.
Do you understand where the term blue blood came from?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
inbreeding
from all
England.
that inbreeding in England, where all of that,
where you got
their
blood.
From? No, Scottish and Irish. Scottish and Irish.
But that's where that terminology came from, because there was so much inbreed. All this monarch royalty, so forth.
Right.
Was, I mean,
sleeping with their sister, sleeping with their cousin.
Joe across the street, you could never get into the club. You understand? I'd rather marry to my cousin's cousin and so forth, da da da. And pretty soon, that little net, that little circle got smaller and smaller, and so they started breeding amongst each other, and that's where the blood actually started. When they would get cut, it would come out bluish purple. You know, it wasn't blue. You know, it was that purple. And that's where blue bloods come from.
But even when you get back to saying, you know, we do have a right to bear arms, you know, and I feel like I do have a right to protect my family. You know what I'm saying?
I'm guessing you're a felon. Or you know, like I said, I believe that once you're out, you've paid your debt to society. If they don't believe you're safe to carry a weapon, you shouldn't be out of prison.
There you go.
I don't know what you did. I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to pry.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Like I said, we agree on that. No problem. But I believe that you've served your time. You should have the right to defend yourself.
That's right. And that was over 20 years ago. So I'm like, after 20 years, goddamn, I don't learn my lesson. I ain't been locked up, you know, did nothing in 20 years. You know, your boy Scott Walker, he is the program.
He dissolved the
I forget what you call it, the program for
Here's a problem I have with them.
You know,
the legislature, they passed a law for carry.
Concealed carry.
They stipulated you can't bring it into their work area. You understand? Excuse me. You're gonna pass a law and jeopardize the whole country, but yet you don't want it brought into you. See, that's where I have that problem with that. Those that voted for that, but I can't bring my gun into the chamber when y'all make that crazy vote.
I agree. I believe we should be able to carry everywhere. I believe teachers, if they want to carry, they should be able to carry. If you don't trust them with a gun, why are you going to trust them with your kids? You know, Sandy Hook, that teacher tried charging the guy unarmed because she wasn't allowed to have a weapon.
See?
What happened? She got gunned down.
There it is, right there. You know.
But
you know, they said they don't want
dudes that do this. I mean, you turn out, they lived in their mama's basement. They was little cowards, you know, this last dude, because the girls wouldn't date him and give him a shot. You know, so I'm saying, and that's the problem I have. This guy was able to go buy all these guns, had over, what, 800 rounds of ammunition and so forth. For what? You know, and it's, so he take it out on all the girls that never gave him a chance.
He stabbed 3 people to death also.
And hit 4 with his car.
I mean, there's...
And his daddy bought him a Benz. I mean, a Beamer. I can't even afford that little regular ass.
Well, his dad's an assistant director for... Well, movie was Hunger Games.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So this boy got money.
He's a privileged boy.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. If your daddy got all this money...
All I can say is I'm glad he's dead.
Only thing I can say is, why he ain't go to his dad and say, hey, Dad?
My thing was, why didn't he shoot himself coming out the gate?
My thing is, Dad, they not fucking with me at school. I need a girlfriend. Dad, and if he a dad like me, he gonna say,
get me a Hyundai and spend the rest of the money
on some hookers
and line me up some girls.
You know what I'm saying? You know that love me, cause you think about it. You know he could have got some, but he want to go with them girls, and they don't want him cause he acting fucking weird anyway. But they give him the right, this fucking idiot, to go and get a gun. You know what I'm saying? Now, when he went and purchased it,
but he hadn't done anything wrong up until that point. You can't, you know, we don't have
we had him
future crime.
He was he had mental problems. You understand? Wait a minute. Isn't that one of the stipulations to say you can't?
It depends on if they sought treatment, if the psychiatrist did what they're supposed to do or not.
That boy was retarded. That boy was retarded
from
day one.
I believe that if
his mama was retarded. You ever seen her? I'm telling you, his mama is retarded.
I didn't
she
see
laid down
her.
with dude and had him. So it's two retarded motherfuckers that don't went out there and had a retarded baby that wouldn't kill some people.
You know,
See, that's
but
what
if
abortion would
California has such strict gun laws
Right.
that it's almost impossible to carry there. How many people would have actually been hurt if a law-abiding gun owner would have been there and able to stop him?
None, cause they had shot the shit out.
Well,
of
I don't know about none, because they got to wait till he does something wrong first or threaten someone first.
Right.
But you aren't going to have 6, you'll have 1 or 2. When a law-abiding citizen stops a criminal that's on a shooting spree,
Right.
the average amount of victims is 2.5.
Right.
So 2.5 people killed
Right.
when a law-abiding citizen stops a criminal.
Right.
When they have to wait for the cops to show up, they get up on average 11 people killed.
Right. You know, but I know you, since you down here, I know you watched the news about the man got stomped and then they beat to death on 27th and Valito over there. And he shot them 2 teens, killed them.
Oh, the one in the maintenance guy.
Yeah. You know, now, and he had concealed carry. You know, what do you do when you run up on these idiots? You know what I'm saying? And like I said,
yourself.
you're trying to protect yourself.
I believe
but
then if
they wanted to lock him up for that.
they wanted to, but he ended up no charges filed because, you know, the witness statements and everything lined up to say, hey.
Well, see, my thing,
I mean, that's why I record.
No, hold on.
What if you was a felon and you being attacked?
Yeah.
And
Now
now you done
you're a
shot
felon, you can't have a
somebody.
gun.
Right.
But these
you done
people,
grabbed
Or if you did have a gun, I'm sorry, I have a problem with the state. Like I said, you get out of prison, you should have all your rights restored.
all of
right?
it. Every last
You know what I'm saying?
one.
You ain't on probation. You ain't doing none of that other shit. You gotta have all your rights restored. But your man Scott Walker, he took all that shit away, and ain't trying to give you none of it back.
Well,
and he don't care.
You can't.
How many felons were given back their rights through Doyle though too? It's all politicians. It's all politicians.
None that I know
It's all
of.
politicians.
None that I know of.
The legislature needs to push forward saying, hey, either they're safe and they're allowed to carry a weapon
Right.
for their defense once they're released from prison, or they're not safe and they need to stay in prison.
There you go. Cause it's just like my business. I work in the cash and carry type business, right? But now my life is in jeopardy because I cannot protect myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm out here trying to buy my product and going through these shady neighborhoods.
Exactly.
And people call you and try to trick you and set you up and shit. All right,
Right.
y'all. You know, all right now, you know, they call you, try to set you up and everything. Now, you know, I shoot them, get away with my life.
But now you're heading back to prison because you're a felon with a gun.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
You know, it's ridiculous.
Like I said, I believe you should have the right to carry.
You know, it's ridiculous. Now, and the killing part about it is, now they say you can't have a knife over what?
3.5 inches or 4 inches, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'm still a felon. This is only 4, maybe 4.5 at the
Not
most.
even 4.5.
Not even 4 good. Now, if I stick somebody with this damn thing, now me being a felon, they'd want to put me up under the jail.
Yeah.
But I'm protecting myself, and I don't have a right to carry a gun. So if I got this fucker, I don't need no permit. You know what I'm saying? But they was trying to harm my life. Put it like this: I was in an incident where a dude attacked me. I beat the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? Guess who they wanted to give the most time to?
You, because you've got a record.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he attacked me, and I beat his ass down. But when I went to court for a whole year and a couple months, just for them to say, well, we're going to give you disorderly conduct. You know what I'm saying? For a year and a half, when this man even admitted that he attacked
Started the
the
conflict.
confrontation. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm like, what kind of shit is this? You know what I'm saying? I think the best thing for us as people is to get some lawyers that know what the fuck they doing. Instead of just every time the judge or the DA run up in their face and they all buddies, you know.
Public defender gets overburdened and
you know, and then, you know, they well, I'm sick of this. Don't give it a 15 year. You know
how
what
about
I'm
you
saying?
plea bargain down to this and you'll be out in 3.
Right.
Now all of
But
a sudden
then,
you realize you gave up how many rights when you could have
You know,
walked away scot-free because
it's just like
you didn't
a
have
guy-
adequate representation.
What you think they're going to do if everybody down right now, down at the county, at the little city jail right there? What if everybody tomorrow morning said, I want to pick 12? If everybody down there said, I want to pick 12, you have just locked down the judicial system. There is no way that many people can be sworn in as jurors. None. So that's where plea bargain comes in. That's the reason why plea bargain.
Have you guys have you guys heard of jury nullification?
I ain't heard of that one. What that do?
Basically, you get a jury that understands the Constitution.
Okay.
Now,
Step one. Jury that
for
know-
you as a, just using you as an example,
Okay.
say you got busted for a felony amount of cocaine.
Okay.
You go to a jury trial.
Okay.
The jury realizes the Constitution, what our founders wanted for this country, it's supposed to be a free country.
Right.
You didn't violate any of the Constitution at all. You didn't violate anybody's rights.
Right.
We don't find him guilty because he's not guilty of violating the Constitution. Not guilty. Jury nullification. We don't recognize your law. It's unconstitutional.
See. But do
You don't have enough smart people willing to get on a jury and do that.
right. So you know, it's not a good it's not a good look sometimes. You know, and you know it's like you fight the streets, then you fight the courts. You know what I'm saying? And then you end up losing anyway. Say, dude, remember you was talking that mess about you can play football? Cause I was out here running the other day. Now I challenge.
Let me
you.
get all your way so you can talk.
Yeah,
By the way,
I
thanks for your
challenge you
service.
now.
You're welcome,
And,
sir.
and we ain't gonna play no little.
I wanted to,
tag
but
or
Asm was
tap.
disqualified,
Tap.
so they didn't want me.
You better put on.
They
your
didn't until
shoes.
they found that out.
Yeah, all right then.
But
You know, but no, man. You know, and I look at it like this. You know, we all can get along. We
Right.
all can do, you know, basically the same thing. It's just don't bend the law when it come to you. You know what I'm saying? And me and you being charged with the same shit. How you gonna give you? They gonna give you a suspended sentence, but they gonna give me 30 days. We did the same shit.
The same crime.
You know
I
what I'm
agree it
saying?
does happen with
You know?
because of racism.
Yeah,
I
you know,
agree it
and
does
then-
exist in the
and then, like
judicial
I said,
system.
You know, it's just like right now. I can go into a gun store. Just so say, I go into a gun store and I say, hey, well, I want that. You know, the first thing they ask me is, you a felon? If you're a felon, get your ass out of my store. You can't do that. I don't know if y'all heard about the dudes that killed themselves up in Waukesha at that gun store up there. You know what I'm saying? Just recently. It was what, this last year? He took his ass in the gun store to buy a gun, rented a gun, and killed his goddamn self. In the gun store.
At least he only killed himself.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But then, what did they do down here when Badgers and them had two people kill themselves in their parking lot? You know, they wanted to shut Badgers down. Down there on the south side?
Right there off of Lincoln.
Yeah.
You know, Chicago's crime-ridden. Rahm Emanuel's trying to say, well, you can't have a gun store in our city.
Shit.
Why?
Shit.
Well, Robert,
I'm
wait a
going-
minute. He got 300-400 homicides a year. I can understand that.
But they
And
got
I'm-
some of the strictest gun laws in the country.
Hey, then you know you either start enforcing it. I'm saying, personally, Chicago right through here with what they going through, they need martial law. They need some soldiers. You need to bring them Afghanistan brothers back over here that still half cycle. Put them on the corner. All of them is going to straighten out and fly right.
Well,
Believe me.
you know, you got the shooting over here. You got burglaries going on in the neighborhood. You know what? More people start doing this.
Yeah.
Criminals ain't going to be so keen on breaking into someone's house.
Nah,
Yeah, I see that guy. He lives there. He carries a gun. I'm not going in that house.
that's right. Or
I know that guy. I see he's got a gun. I'm not robbing that gas station that he's pumping his gas at right now.
Yeah, but on the, okay, just now here's the rationale of that. On this block alone, there might be 5-6 felons on this block. They can't carry no guns, so they houses.
They're the targets.
You understand? So, like I
I mean-
said, you know, until Madison or Washington D.C. change this stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to take.
Well, there's
it's really going to take everybody out there voting and
putting in legislatures that are going to allow.
egg McMuffins up in there, because like I say, you pass a law, but you put a stipulation that
own
you
the
can't
law.
bring the gun up in here.
Right.
You understand? You can
Right.
take, because they've even trying to put it where you bring it to church. You can take it on the schools.
No,
It's-
well, not in Wisconsin.
I'm saying this is what
Right.
they trying right now. They trying to put the church,
Yeah, 'cause they
schools,
trying to put them
School's legal in Wisconsin.
unless the store put a sign up there say no guns allowed. I mean, if the store say that, then you either
put it up.
No.
adhere to what they say,
Go
or
somewhere
you leave
else.
it in your car. Or
see,
you understand? You
now-
go
Now,
somewhere
all right.
else.
Do you believe that stores should be able to put up a sign that says no guns allowed?
Yeah.
What if they'd put up a sign that says no blacks allowed?
Then
I'm
we gonna
saying,
burn that
but
motherfucker
then
down.
it catches fire. You know what I'm saying?
But-
it ain't there tomorrow.
Right, no, they gonna
But I
burn
mean,
them out.
You know,
But if I'm going into a
the Second
store-
Amendment is a guaranteed right by the Constitution.
Right.
And then, you know, I personally I believe if they want to put up a sign that says no blacks allowed, go right ahead. You're not gonna get any business.
Right.
I'm not gonna go there
Right.
because you're showing what kind of person you really are. I want to know who I'm dealing with. If you put up a no gun sign, I'm not giving you my business.
Right.
If you put up a no blacks allowed, no Muslims allowed,
They
no
gonna say that.
no whatever allowed,
It's the
I'm not
green
going in
that they're
there.
Concerned with.
Right.
It's not the color of the personnel. It's the green.
Well, you know, I wasn't old enough for this, but you know, they did have segregation where you can't eat at the lunch counter.
Right. Right.
So
I grew
it used
up
to
in
be.
that era.
I know.
Yeah, I
They,
was
they used to
64
say
baby
that,
too.
and they made ends meet. I don't agree with what they did, as far as I don't agree with their mindset. But you know what? I want to know that they're doing that, so I don't give them any of my money.
Okay.
Because
let me tell you this: they made ends meet because there was a section where the color came in and ate or got their stuff through the back, so forth.
yeah, you
But
eat it by the dumpster back.
When they started, okay, just like the bus company, when the
Rosa Parks.
the Alabama boycott.
Yeah.
Okay, you know why they changed that? Because blacks stopped riding, and that's when they realized the money that they was losing. Okay, dollars count. So when I was growing up, when big stores didn't have black cashiers, shit like that, you know, you could be a stock boy or something like that,
Yeah, you can
working
rock
in the
up.
back.
But you weren't talking to our
But you-
customers.
But
Right.
But when blacks did Black Monday, because back then when I was growing up, on Sunday wasn't no stores open. When blacks decided not to partake in any businesses on Monday,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, yeah,
It hits them in the pocketbook.
all of a sudden affirmative action ran through everything.
But
not just-
that's why I say, if they want to put up a sign that says no blacks, go right ahead. I'm not doing business because I know what kind of person you actually are now.
But
Same
we
thing.
agree-
Go ahead and put up your no gun sign. I don't want to be giving you money because you
Right.
don't appreciate our Constitution.